you right there. Trump Tower, I can see it behind you. Peter, thank you very much indeed. Not all Democrats are happy with Hillary's pick. You can count Democrat strategist Harlan Hill as one of them. Harlan Hill, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
You were a Bernie guy.
Yes.
Jumped ship to Trump for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Now Hillary's picked Tim Kaine, and you don't like it.
This makes me less likely to vote for her, right? He is the ultimate insider that doesn't have a last name of Clinton or Bush. Look, he's a lieutenant governor. He was a governor. He was a U.S. senator. He was the chair of the Democratic National Committee. I just don't understand this. If she was trying to appeal to Bernie Sanders supporters, this is like the exact opposite of what she should have done.
So you saw yourself, when you were a Bernie supporter, you saw yourself as supporting an outsider, someone outside the political normal structure. Right. And now you don't like this Hillary ticket because Tim Kaine is an insider.
She has doubled down on the establishment. She has doubled down on it at this point.
What about other previously supporters of Bernie Sanders? How are they going to feel about this insider, this middle-of-the-road guy?
Well, look, I get hundreds of emails a day about this, and people are overwhelmingly against him because, look, he's not even I think he's worse than Donald Trump on some of the social issues. You look at abortion, for one example. This is something that's really important to young voters in particular. They are pro-choice. He's pro-life. Now, he says, oh, on my voting record, I've been on the right side of the issue, but that's a big issue for us.
What about trade? Now, that's an issue where Tim Kaine is gung-ho for the latest trade agreement. Yeah. You don't agree with that?
No,
Bernie
certainly
people hate that?
No, absolutely. I mean, and look, at this point, I don't know what Bernie's thinking. I cannot believe that he endorsed her without knowing who he was going to pick. Who's going to pick as her running mate. I mean, look, we cannot afford to double down on the failed policies that have led to the export of millions of American jobs to places overseas. I mean, it is gutting the middle class in this country, and I cannot believe it.
You're all up in arms. You're very excited. Yeah. About 15 minutes ago, we had Ben and Jerry's, the ice cream guys, on the show. They were Bernie supporters. I went straight to them, and the camera, as soon as we saw them, Ben Cohen was doing this.
Yes.
He was not enthused about what's going on in the Democrat Party. I mean, is it really, really split at this point, worse than the Republicans were split last week?
Well, I don't buy the media narrative. I saw outrageous headlines coming out of the RNC. I watched every night of it, and I thought that it was actually a great convention. I thought the Trump kids did a great job, but what did I see from the Washington Post? A night of terror, a day of horror. I mean, there was just this disconnect, this cognitive dissonance in the media where they're trying to portray the RNC as being up in arms. I think the Democratic National Committee and the convention in Philly, it's going to be a mess. There are 40,000 Bernie Sanders supporters that I hope they don't riot, but they're definitely going to be protests in the streets.
We have heard that there is going to be a protest of maybe 30,000, maybe more.
Yes.
Plus, they've got 9 permits for other protests. These are all Bernie Sanders supporters.
Yes.
Sounds to me like a split. It does.
It does. I mean, and I think we're going to see it in the convention hall, too. I guarantee you.
We had a young lady on the program earlier, and she said, look, if we don't get some satisfaction on the issue of trade following the Tim Kaine pick, there will be chaos inside and outside. Yes. Floor fights all over the place in Philly, you think?
Absolutely, but I don't think you're going to see it on the mainstream media. I don't think that you're going to see it. I mean, there's this Orwellian there's this deliberate effort on the part of the establishment and the media to repeat lies in such a way that they become truth. And this is classic of the Democrats by my estimation. I've seen it behind the scenes, and now I'm seeing it from this side of the table. And I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it.
I have been talking to you for 6 months on a weekly basis. I've never seen you so fired up.
Yeah. I mean, the Democratic Party that I knew is dead.
But the Democratic Party that you wanted is socialist.
It is not socialist. Yes, we've had this conversation before.
You've got a socialist party. What's wrong with you?
No, I do not want a socialist party. I want a moderate party that works for the American worker. I think that increasingly the Republicans and this new Trump wing of the conservative wing of the Republican Party, I think that that's where I am.
Look, I've said it's a new Republican Party.
Yes.
It's not your father's Republican Party. And you approve. You like this new Republican Party.
Yes.
Are you signing up? Are you now, Harlan Hill is a Republican? Is that true?
No, I'm still a Democrat. I'm trying to change the Democratic Party from within. It may be, I don't know, maybe I can't
What kind of response have you been getting to our interviews?
Oh, my God, I'm hated. I'm loathed. I'm loathed by so many Democrats. And actually, my credentials that I had for the DNC have been pulled back. So.
Have they?
Yes. So.
I didn't know that.
Yes. So
well, you join
I'm
us
still
on
going.
Monday, okay?
Yeah.
Harlan Hill, everyone, new Trump supporter. Thank you very much, sir. Moments away.